everybody, it's Miss Paige again, back with another art lesson for you to do while at home. So I sort of miss teaching in the classroom a lot, and teaching with Mr. Bob. So we're going to do things a little bit differently today. All right, so let's see what we can do. Hey, Mr. Bob. Oh, and Ariel's here. All right, cool. You're okay with her helping? All right, works for me. All right, so today we're going to talk about making a project with cardboard tubes. So, I don't know about you, but I have a lot of these piling up at my house. And it's easy to make some pretty cool crafts out of them. So, we're going to make an animal this time out of our toilet paper or paper towel tubes. Earlier in the week, you were challenged to draw an animal and then make an animal mask. Today, we're going to do a creative reuse project. So, as you can see, there aren't a whole lot of materials that you need. So, for example, you would need some paint if you want to paint your cardboard tube. You could also just use, construction paper and a glue stick. But if you're going to paint, you're going to need something to put your paint on, a brush, a paper towel, and a water cup so that you can rinse them. All right, so let's get started. Mr. Bob, could you bring in one of our examples? Awesome, thanks. Let's kick Ariel off the table for a second. We'll put our example up there. Alright, so as you can see with this example, I didn't actually paint any of it, but I used different colored paper, and then I used some markers and colored pencils to add details, like with the eyes. So I colored those, cut them out, and then glued them onto my cardboard tube to create the effect. So things like layering are a good way to make texture for feathers or fur or whatever texture your animal has. Mr. Bob, I think I have another example. Do you want to try to bring that one in? So for this one, I did paint the background. So I painted it with a green color for my peacock, and then I had some paper that was about the same shade for the feathers in the back, and added some scrapbook paper as well. So you can use things that aren't necessarily exact. So my scrapbook paper had some flowers and different designs on it, but it adds an extra element that I really liked. So, Mr. Bob, let's make a penguin. So, you can get rid of the peacock, that's fine. So we need a blank toilet paper tube to start. Like I said, you can paint those. You will still need a paintbrush and some paint first. Luckily, acrylic or tempered paint will dry pretty quickly, so you can do this project still in one sitting. Alright, let's paint this one black for a penguin, Mr. Bob. Think you can help us with that? Perfect. So the other thing we did was we pushed down the top of the paper towel tube so that it gave the effect of having some little ears for our animals. So for this one, we're going to also need some paper to add the details of the feathers on his chest. So we're going to add some white paper. So you can use some scissors and cut that out. Your paper doesn't have to be fancy. Use what you've got. So cut a glue to it and then stick it right onto your cardboard. We can then do the same thing using other paper or paper that we have drawn on to add the beak and the eyes. So let's do that next. So once you have the basic details of your animal complete, you could look at other things to add. Like we could add additional paper to make the wings stick out more, or we could paint in details to give it some more texture. It's up to you and what you want to make. Whatever you decide to make, take a picture of it and post it here for us. Mr. Bob and I thoroughly miss share time during our classes and can't wait to see what students have been making while at home. So we hope that you enjoy this. Ah! Sorry, I'm back. Ariel tripped me. We hope that you enjoyed this and that you will be creative and make your own toilet paper tube animals at home. Who knows what you could make? You could even make yourself. Bye for now.